Greetings, ladies and gentle ducks. Welcome back to the madness, because of course the madness never ends. However, games sometimes do end, and last night we actually finished Armored Core 6. We freaking did it. We finally freaking did it. And I don't mean just finish the first, because if you know, you know, Armored Core 6 has the standard, the first playthrough, then New Game Plus, and then New Game Plus Plus. And each time, like, you know, the story diverges in ways, but we did it. We got through New Game Plus Plus. It's done, son. Straight done. We haven't S-classed all the ranks. That may happen one day. We'll see. Maybe. But today, we're going to do something we haven't done in a while. We're going to play something different. Shit's cray-cray. It's cray-cray, son. Straight up cray-cray. And what we're going to do, we're going to play, if you join my Discord, Evil Ninja Space Pirate Radio, if you do the / Discord, that thing, that I just did in the chat. Hey, whoa, another stream. Oh, that should have worked. It didn't work. Should have worked. Not sure why that didn't work. But, yeah, if you join the Discord, you can currently tell me what you should think I should play. I decided to do this first because it's apparently a game I can beat fairly quickly. Apparently you can do it in, like, you know, 3 hours or something. So did that work, Rando? What up, Rando? Huh. I could swear I programmed that in. That's annoying. Strange. Anyway, gonna get on. Yeah, that should have worked. Very weird. Anyway, yeah, just Discord, do the things. If you go, I'm pretty sure it's linked on my channel page, so do it from there. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna play the Stanley Parable, a game that's been on my backlog for a while. And yeah, as I said, go to the Discord, you can tell me what game to play next. I've chucked in a bunch of games that have been on my backlog for a while, and I'm like, I gotta play this one day, and then just haven't yet. Some very old ones, like Sonic Adventure 2 and Myst, which, yeah. I should have also chucked, like, Final Fantasy 1 to 4 on there as well. I might do that. But anyway, for now, we're gonna play the Stanley Parable. I've heard good things about this game. I've heard it's a good game. So we're gonna play it. Makes sense, right? Doesn't it? Because we like to play good games. And it is already installed. So let's make it happen. Apparently I got it in 2020, so it's been sitting there being unplayed. So please. I saw that you voted for Final Fantasy 15. I will play that eventually. That's probably a lower weighted one in that poll because it is such a big game. The last few are a bit lower weighted. It's like, ooh, these are like 70+ hour games. Where I would like to play like a few games that I can get through fairly quickly at the moment. But we shall see. We shall see. Another one on there was Undertale, which is another one I really want to play. I saw there was a vote for that as well. But anyway, Stanley Parable. We're going to make this happen. Go. Let's do it. Let's do the thing. Screen going all weird. Probably top left. Screen doing weird things. Yeah, allow access. Yes. You know, because I wanted to put him down. Christ's sake. Yeah. Why? Auto might work, maybe. See. There we go. Auto works. Nice. We've got to adjust. Yeah. No. How old is this game? Overlay position? Top right. Okay. Lovely. Oh wow, there's like a thing going on, like a screen within a screen within a screen within a screen. Why is the cursor within the screen mid? Alright. Let's find out who Stanley is, shall we? You might want to... actually, this is one... I'll turn it down to half. Technically, I have 4 speakers. I'm not sure if those back speakers are on. Like they're not, because I can't hear shit. Oh, but now I can't hear anything. Where'd the talkies go? I can hear some sound. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the... A lot of loading. Actually, I think now it's actually loading. Well, seeing as how I was already in bed since this 1 a.m. and I only picked up my phone to turn down my notification volume when your stream popped up, I'm gonna have to do the old lurkerunums.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Well,
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
was subtitles an option?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained
that
his
command not
senses,
working either.
he got
Okay,
up
what
from his
happened to my
desk
commands?
and stepped out of his office.
Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Please, subtitle. Closed captioning. Now, I believe there is a thing about this game about either doing what you're told or not doing what you're told. But don't step out of the office. But if I just stay here, then what? Huh? Then what? Alright, I'm rebelling right from the get-go. I think. How long do I rebel for? long do I wait? And those spankings. Oh, I will. I will. So many spankings. Maybe I needed to stand perfectly still. Okay, maybe I won't rebel just yet. Fine. Go out of the office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
They've all gone to the rapture. Wait, what's going on here?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh dear. I mean, we shall see. It might yet. Maybe. And maybe not. Fine. I'll accept this. I think everyone's been raptured. Hey, I'm standing on a desk. I'm standing on a desk. Is that the only desk I can stand on? Oh, because... I closed the door.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office, because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Yes, I do. I hate Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, yes. Narrator very sassy. Okay. Apparently I'm supposed to enter the door on the left. But no!
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely what I want to do. Where's the employee lounge? Is the employee... Yeah, here we go. Employee lounge.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all.
100%.
Just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes. Drink it up. Oh, wait.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yep.
Really worth it.
Totally. 100% worth it. So worth it. Absolutely.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Ouch. Ouch.
Stanley sat, but at last he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Dear. First open door on his left. No. I refuse.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Hey! Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Yep. Get a screenshot of that. I like that. Appears to be some kind of, loading bay. I want this guy narrating my life. Yes, I mean, I do, but also don't. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. I thought the penalty was death.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm
Death!
not your enemy, really, I'm not. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Why, thank you. Oh, we're back in the office. Oh, shit. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, yeah.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, we're not going to the meeting room. We're going back to where I was.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No!
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I mean, it's a good meeting room.
Yes,
I mean,
this room. What a beautiful room.
oh, you can't go back
What a
out.
gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Gorgeous.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Truly, truly.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope, not happening.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
I'm not neglected.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her? Her who?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who are you talking about?
She's been waiting.
What? Who's been waiting? Who are you talking about? Ah! I've been locked in.
That's
What?
her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Just happened.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Ah!
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No, I don't want to go inside. Let me out.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Ah! When did that wall get there? I didn't realize this was a horror game.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Huh? No, I don't want to. You talk.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I don't want to. Fine.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I don't like this. I don't like this. Fine. 0.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Isn't that what actually happened? What? Spend time with the boys? What boys?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Tell my kid what? I don't like this.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. He won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
What? What? Which instruction do I ignore? Which instruction do I follow? I don't like this. I've got no choice. Nothing's happening. Fine, I'll push the freaking button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
What?
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
I'm not okay. I don't like this game anymore.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. I'll do what I'm told.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Is a whiteboard manager? Why is there a whiteboard manager? fifth funding by R&D, a new copy machine. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Someone to synergize papers, papers to true synergize, fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy who moved my desk. Please keep the targets on the topic of. Future was yesterday, tomorrow is you. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right, next day's agenda. Fact. Boss Appreciation Minute. In your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, take the top 10 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate. Who's going to your boss? If you ever find yourself in conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but won't apply towards conflict unless you're the kind of person who is yes, conflicts. Why did we hire you? Remember that it takes two people to start a fight, and right now you're both of them. What the? Ah! Video Institute, nature, talk radio, mitosis, storage, plant life, football, pollution, travel, what? This, less air. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, except every day with no station promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. Solve a dispute. Let a bullet inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other co-workers.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Everyone is unique. You most of all. Thank you. Number of slides on this slide. Charts. Charts and slides. Slides. What? How many slides are on this? Rate it which charts on the same slide depict the same information. What? Rate of increase in graphs per slide. What? What do people want? Things. Money. More money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Stock market is somewhere here. Colored in segment. Stripes. Requires more secondary research. What is hot? Profits, 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 profits. Work harder. Hard worker. Buy quarterly post. Review. Review. We need less reviews. 402, 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule. But I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big nets. Some sort of child trap. Space between the teenagers. A lot of percentage. Throw something in the ideas bin. No more bins, trash cans. Renaming of the ideas bin. Firing of me. Ideas bin. I'm sad. Okay. The broom closet. There was no one in here.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh wait, I think I've heard about this bit.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
We have returned to objectional defiance.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet FA? I like doing sweet FA.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm having an existential crisis, okay? I need a moment.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I thought someone was trapped in here. Wasn't someone trapped in the broom closet? Hey,
Maybe to you
I'm
this
someone
is
now.
somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid.
Ouch!
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I mean,
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
hello? Gonna say anything else? You done berating me? Can I live now? What? Am I good? We good? Can I go on? Do we?
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be right back. Hello, little Dean. There's a little bean over there. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Mm. I hate this game. I hate this game. Thank you, bathroom. This is the boss's office? Jesus
Stepping
Christ.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Keep her.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Step 2845. Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
This isn't the way I came in, is it? Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Nope. Mind control facility.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I don't believe you.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Not dead.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
What?
as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
What?
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? What? Filing cabinets, yes. This computer's... Oh, I'm playing solitaire. Play database. Only variable credits. Nice. Maintenance room. Photocopy. What? My kind of crisis. Maybe the same image. I clocked there before. I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? Green light. Don't tell you how smooth sandbox green bells for. There's only a series of critical projects still enough to win. Use approval. More endings, fewer endings, more narratives, fewer narratives, more Stanley, less Stanley! These chances. Behind her. When time hates, lose. Larger text, words. What? Warzone. Why? Broken the fourth wall. Like, your emails. After the second trailer, we send out and ask people to email the narrator for questions. We had to initially plan to use these in other promotional materials. We never found the perfect use of them. Here are a selection of those emails. Along with our previous announcement regarding the ongoing promotion, here's a attached. Greetings, I'm going to tell you, I like the Stanley Parable as much as I like seeing a humorously small badger and swim trunks. He liked as much as I like walking in the park, watching the sunset, and dare I say it, pushing buttons. Please, I would like to keep this proposal as a top secret. If you're not interested, get back to me if you're interested with details regards to the transfer of 24 million. Right. Well, the Stanley Parable have instant quests. How many endings? Stanley Parable is really going to let me go shopping. I hope we'll have a fine selection of desert boots? No, desert boots. Oh, yes. What is your message for today? Sincere, Harris. What? Will playing the Stanley Parable will help me make friends? I don't have any friends. All I, Terry. Lounge. Early version of the lounge. Cargo lift. Second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game. I want it to look more like a place where cargo is actually stored. Cargo lift was always intended to have the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, much of the cellular originally decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to there. But I can't jump! The apartment timer. In the previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, the timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. And picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. An option. Two options. Fully silent festivals. I want to get since both have failed so many times. That's the number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version of one. Bending levers? Bending? We'll pull a lever and the narrator will just go what colour lever. Even known as the Zending. Eventually, I have to measure with another part of the game. Okay. Zending model. How do I get out of here? I don't have a narrator anymore. I don't know where to go. Oh, okay. I'm guessing that's the way to the ending. Freedom ending. Down dusk. So much here. Boss's office. Experience the development of the boss's office. Like, I haven't seen so much of it. So I've seen the boss's office. Narration outtakes. What is the narration? What a dialogue with the diagram roughly 3 separate times over 2 years. Because the outtakes that were not used. What are? What are? What are you talking about?
Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible? Nothing there. see how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room.
I do need to do 2 speakers.
Now then, this elevator for sure will get him right back on track. Stanley stood on the snow.
I'm supposed to not be able to hear that very well.
To the lift, he traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever. And finally,
It didn't seem to make a lot of difference. Alright, I wanna go out of here. I want out. I want out! Let me out! This is not a dance! That way? That way.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Who?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Dead?
this is the story of a man named Stanley. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The room's set up differently. The hell? The room is set up differently.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
Let me
wanted
out.
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Maybe.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Do not stand on this side of... But I'm already standing on this side of fence. Side of the fence.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
What? The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard? Good old Neil is offline. Skid is offline. Nacho Nacho. Vanilla. You know, 21% 3 players skip the intro sequence, and then the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. 98% are more attractive than Stanley. How long does it take you to get to the correct complete against others to improve your Stanley Parable career? You're objectively ranked. Last one, friends, this is empty. Door doesn't have a handle.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail.
What?
It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
What?
So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
What?
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Okay, look, the baby's dying.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Why not both?
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What? What now? What? Minecraft?
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley.
Wow.
Look at it. Gaze upon my
Such
work of
an
art and feel
impressive
ashamed
house.
at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
It seems I have little other choice.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Where? Oh, that way? Okay. Why am I suddenly playing Minecraft?
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No, I haven't. I think I got an achievement for attempting to jump multiple times and being unable to. Where's this going?
No. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game. Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love
This
it.
portal?
You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Yeah, this is Portal.
Oh, It's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any...
Filing cabinets. Uh. Where am I going? Oh, Doc. No. No. Wait, what? Nothing. Huh? What happened?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Okay. I think I've had enough of this mindfuck for a moment. Uh, 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 what's the actual? I'm not okay. I'm really not okay. That'll do for now. Good Lord.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And why are there so many songs about rainbows. And
Somehow
why
this
are there so
this
many
music is fitting.
songs about rainbows. And
My existence hurts. So, I'm going to blow this popsicle stand for now. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Be awesome because that's what you are. Till next time, true believers. Excelsior!
why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side?